So I got an interesting story for you guys today, and I got some Modern Warfare gameplay in the background. I'm actually liking the stadium map, the new one that came out, and they brought Shipment and Shoot House back, so that's good. You guys are going to be seeing some videos about that. But anyway, let's just jump right into this story. So this is a story that took place back when I was about 17 or 18. Me and my friend, we're going to call her Vanessa. She's going to be in some of my future stories, so stay tuned for that. So anyway, me and her, we would always hang out, and she lived like a couple neighborhoods down, so it was really easy to get to her house. She wasn't very far. She was like maybe a mile away. So on this particular day, she's like, "Do you want to have a sleepover?" I'm like, "Sure, I haven't had one in a while. That sounds cool." So I make my way over there, and I arrive, and we're playing video games, we're smoking 2 joints, we're getting good and high, we're getting baked. And the good thing is we're allowed to smoke in her house, but there's basically no food at her house, so that's the downside. So it's about 8:45 at night, and we've got hella munchies, so we decide to go to the store, and the store is just a few blocks away. And we have to walk by a few businesses before we reach the grocery store. So right before we get to the grocery store, we pass the last business, and then there's like this area where there's an ice machine, propane, and one of those red box movie things or whatever. And so there's this homeless guy, and he's just chilling there, and he's got like beers everywhere and like cigarette packages and stuff, and he was just, you could tell he was fucked up. He was drunk. He was most likely drunk and off something else. And we were like, okay, homeless person, whatever, let's just stay away from him. Don't look at him. Don't talk to him. Just go into the store. And we walk past him. I'm like, okay, we're almost past him. And he's like, "Do you have a cigarette?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, sorry." And he's like, "Do you have any weed?" And I laugh a little. I'm like, "No, sorry." And I must have looked like a big, huge stoner, or maybe even smelled a little. And I guess that's why he had asked it. He could have probably asked me for a few dollars and gotten a couple more beers, but I guess he wasn't really feeling it for the beers anymore. I guess he wanted some weed. But yeah, I didn't have any. I wasn't gonna give him any if I had any. And he's like, "Oh, fuck you." And he's basically cursing me out while we're walking into the store, because it's like right next to the entrance, and we're all scared. We're like, "What the heck?" He's like literally threatening us, and he threw a beer can at us, an empty beer can, so that was nice. And we go into the store, and we tell the people in there, the cashier, we're like, "Hey, there's this drunk homeless guy out here. Can you guys like call the police or something? He's threatening us." And they're like, "Oh, we already called. They're on their way." So we're like, okay, and we go about our business in the store. And we had the munchies, so we were taking forever in there. We were looking at everything. We almost bought a whole entire cake, like a whole birthday cake. And we were just buying ice cream and cookies and stuff and cereal. And we get out, we check out, and we ask one of the cashiers, we're like, "Hey, is that guy still out there?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, he's out there. Do you want me to walk you out?" And we're like, "Sure." So we check out, and then he walks us out, and this employee that we were walking out with was being way too loud about the fact that we didn't have a car and we were just walking home. And I guess maybe the homeless person heard us, but luckily he didn't follow us home or anything. That's what we were thinking. So we decide to go walk up to the Dunkin' Donuts that's like right across the street from this grocery store. And we get some coffee and donuts and stuff. Well, I didn't get any coffee because it was like 9:30 at night. I wasn't going to drink coffee and then die. So I just got a few donuts. And we finish up at Dunkin' Donuts and we head back. And we're walking on the opposite side of the street. And there's like more buildings on the other side. And then on the right side, which is the grocery store, we see all these police lights. And we're like, "What's going on there?" And we figured it out. It was that guy getting arrested. It was pretty far away, but we could see that the police were right over where he was, so we knew he was getting arrested. So that was good. So, yeah, I guess this is kind of a short story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be having more stories soon. I have, like, almost 100 stories that I'm going to be making on this channel. So, tell your friends, subscribe, watch, rewatch, and make sure you watch the other videos on this channel. And peace.